Hi everyone, Miss Sola here from Learn to Grow. I hope that you guys are enjoying your weekend. We're going to take a quick tour of the garden and we'll be harvesting some tomatoes today. I'm in the Pacific Northwest Zone 8 and we have a beautiful week ahead, which I'm really excited about because it's starting to get pretty cold at night and even during the day where we've hit 45, 50 degrees. So it's going to be really nice the next 5 days around the mid 70s, I think almost 80s. So it's great to have a little bit of summer left. So let's take a walk in the garden and pick some tomatoes. Here's our huge strawberry patch. We started this with only 5 plants about 18 months ago, and as you can see, we've got runners all over the place. That's one of the most prolific way they propagate is by the runners, although you can plant them by seeds. This takes a little longer, or the lateral crowns, but I think the most prolific way to propagate your strawberries is by the runners, which saves you a lot of money. The Everberry variety usually produces twice a year, once in summer and once around fall time or before fall. And they're also very hardy plants. Okay, that box is empty because that's where we harvested the potatoes last week. We're planting more potatoes later this fall for our next year's crop. This spearmint plant has just taken off. Oh my goodness, I started out with only a small plant that I took from the backyard and it's doing really well. I'm really happy about that. Here are some fall crops that we sowed last month. I think it's been at least 4 weeks now. We've got a row of beets right over on this side, then baby bok choy. In the middle we've got some kale, collard greens. Then I've got some Russian kale right here. See those frilly leaves, the ornamental looking leaves? Very pretty. And on the edge there are some red Russian kale. There's our potato volunteer. Oh, and also look at this, I've got a tomato volunteer. Not sure what variety this is, but it's not going to make it through the fall or winter anyway. And I've got some other plants I'm going to be overwintering later on. I've got some fava beans. I mainly grew these for the seeds. Got some seeds that are already right there. So next year I'll be able to plant some more and we'll have enough to harvest. Here's the other strawberry bed. Also need to thin this out. So these are not producing as well because they're in the shade, so I will have to move them somewhere in the back this fall. Another bed here of fall crops. Now I believe these are parsnips, so I don't know how they'll do. That's the first time I planted them. A friend sent me the seeds, so I want to give them a try, but we'll see what happens. Oh, the radishes. Looks like some of them are ready. These are the 30-day harvest. Most radishes are ready to be harvested within 30 to 40 days. Also got a row of the baby bok choy here as well. And then some spinach. Now I've had a problem with a squirrel digging up all the crops. They're looking for food or burying their food for the winter. I don't know, but I pulled some of these plants out, then I try to put them back in there, but it looks like they're wilting. Here are some lettuce. I think these are the Tom Thumb variety, thanks to our friend Steven from Alberta Urban Garden. He shared some seeds with me this year, so thank you so much. Please check out his channel, very informative and fun. Really enjoy his videos, so thank you, Steven. We've got tons of potato vines. They're falling over the box there. This was the Romanesco broccoli. Yeah, I think it's about to bolt. The florets of this broccoli are beautiful. They have a fractal pattern to them. This is probably too small to tell, so I will include a picture in this video for you. Got some scarlet runner beans on this trellis. There's still some more flowers blooming. Those beautiful red-orange flowers. They're best to eat when they're young pods, about 45 inches. You can eat them raw. They kind of taste like, they have a slightly sweet flavor to them, similar to peas. Oh, here's a very mature one, so I'll be drying these for seeds. And I did a giveaway last year, so we'll see how many seeds I get this year and hopefully I can share them with you. It's really bright today, but here are some of the corn that we planted. These are some ambrosia corn and I believe some glass gem. We had a few days of rain and some of them toppled over. On that box there are some more potatoes. I believe these are the fingerling type potatoes. The vines are just all over the place, so they're doing really well. It's a good sign. The more foliage that your potato plant produces, the more likely that they'll produce more tubers or potatoes for you. These are cucumber plants. I did not put a trellis up, so I'm just letting them run onto this gravel, which I'm fine with. There's lots of, I think, male flowers, and I've seen a few baby cucumbers. I hope I get a few harvests from this. This is my first time growing cucumbers, so next year I will have a better head start. It's a really nice day today. Here's a layout of the back side of our garden. Oh, there's my kids' tent back there. This is the same bed as the corn. There's some dwarf pea seeds here as well. So it's a good fall crop. We have some scarlet runner beans and tongue of fire balote beans growing onto this trellis. And it's pretty bright today, so it's kind of hard to really see everything. But here are the mammoth sunflowers. Last year they got up to a little bit over 13.5 feet tall. Our herbs are taking off. It's wonderful here. Doing really well. Oh, here are my potatoes that I planted in the bags. They're not ready to be harvested yet, maybe for about another month. This pineapple sage has really taken off. I'm so excited about the red, beautiful flute-like flowers. So I'm excited about seeing hummingbirds coming back around again. This is chocolate mint. It's gotten really big. I started out with just a small plant. It's wonderful. It's an easy plant to grow. They put out runners, so they propagate very prolific. Oregano. I love to use them fresh, and it's blooming again. So right when they're about to bloom, it's a great time to harvest if you're going to preserve your herbs or dry them. That's when the leaves contain the most essential oils, which will give you the best flavor and aroma. Lettuce. These are the same ones that I got from Stephen from Alberta Urban Garden. Very impressed with these varieties. They seem to be doing really well. Another potato bed. We've harvested, I think, from 5 plants so far, and some of them are planted later on this year, so we'll be harvesting probably next month from this bed. The Romanesco broccoli, yep, they're about to bolt, as you can see. There's some little flowers popping out here. Some tomatoes back there in pots. Got a few peppers, jalapeno and green peppers. We did have a late start on these as well. Better planning next year. I love this pepper. This is the Phileas blue pepper. I think it's doing excellent. It's got lots of these purple blue peppers all over, and they're smaller type, but they're pretty hot. Such a beautiful plant. Some of the leaves have purple veins through it as well. I have one eggplant. I think this is the Black Beauty eggplant. I haven't really been able to grow eggplants that much here. I usually just get 1 or 2 eggplants per plant. You know, part of it's probably because I have it in a pot, so there's not that much room to grow. I think I'm going to give it a try again next year, get them in the ground, or if I do end up getting a greenhouse, which will be great, I think they'll do better in there too. And this is the Taiwanese eggplant, so I've got one right there. A couple more flowers. Got a couple of zucchinis down there. You can see. Plant these a little late as well. I've noticed that they have this white powdery mildew, so when I have to probably spray it with some baking soda and water solution or take some of these leaves off. Got some tomatoes ripening finally. I think these are the black creme tomatoes. I believe this one might be Seattle Heirloom. And these are a Brandywine type. This is a yellow-orange tomato. Those are heat-loving plants, so it's taking them a while to ripen here in the Pacific Northwest. So the Galapagos Island tomatoes, these are very prolific varieties. As you can see, all those tiny yellow tomatoes. I'll show you how small they are. They're kind of tart but sweet at the same time. Bunch of cherry tomatoes we'll be harvesting today. These are the black cherry tomatoes. Super Sweet 100s. Some Morning Sun. These are the yellow tomato type. Our tomato harvest for the day. They look beautiful. Got some Galapagos Island tomatoes, the Brandywine, the orange yellow type, black cherry, Morning Sun, Super 100s. Great harvest today. I hope that you guys are enjoying your harvest as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned and happy gardening.